To start with the piston engine, we start with the valves. This is the only section where glue is recommended. A tight fit may work, but I found it's not too satisfactory. So we have 6 exhaust valves which are hot and 6 inlet valves which are cold, so they're blue. Each has a cam follower, which is the larger one, and a valve head and the valve stem, which is 2 millimeters. The best way to assemble them is to start putting the rods into the cam followers, but unless you're lucky they won't stay in there for very long, so we need to use a little glue. So we put a little dab of glue on the bottom of the shaft and glue them in. And now leave it a while for the glue to set. The next stage is to put the valves into the cylinder block and glue on the valve heads. Starting from this end, we want an inlet, outlet, inlet, outlet. And the best way is to use a pair of tweezers to guide the valve stem. Now we come to fitting the valve heads. Glue on each of the stems, holding the valve steady with a finger pushed in from the back, carefully putting the valve heads on. Take care to avoid. Having waited for the glue to dry on the valves and checking that they all move smoothly, the next stage is to install the camshaft. So camshaft slides in from this end and we have 6 exhaust cams and 6 inlet cams. Starting with one of the exhaust cams, noting that there is a boss on one side, the boss goes to the centre of each piston, so the 2 lobes have a gap between them. We start with the hex rod with an edge up and then slide on the cam. Then rotate the hex rod round 90 degrees to the right, so that there's a flat on the top, making sure that the inlet cam is the right way around. We now slide that down and push the rod through so that the inlet and exhaust cams are 90 degrees out to each other. Now bring the exhaust cam back up to the top so there's a ridge at the top, and then rotate 1/6 of a turn so the next ridge is on top, and then we go to the next exhaust valve which slides on like that, and again round to the right, and the next inlet cam goes in, and then it's a question of repeating. Turn the last exhaust valve you put on up to the top, so the ridge at the top, and then turn anti-clockwise 1/6 of a turn so the next ridge is up. Right, now with all the cams on, we can put the axle rod through, get that to locate the hole on this end, which is flush, and that keeper then screws on. So now for the pistons and crankshaft. The crankshaft is printed as one piece, and we need to make sure that all the connecting rods are loose. So with the hex boss end on one, which is on the outlet side, take a piston, notice that the sloping top, it fits on the connecting rod so that when the piston is upright, the slope rolls off to the outlet end, and then put the gudgeon pin in, which is looking fiddly. So now we have all 6 pistons on the crankcase. Now we're ready to put the pistons into the crankcase, making sure all the gudgeon pins are fine. The hex end of the crank goes at the same end as the camshaft protrudes. And then we can put the crankcase on, which fixes on with 6 screws. Now at this point it's worth just checking that tightening the sump on hasn't stopped the pistons rotating. The next stage is to synchronise the pistons to the valves. First, the slightly thicker spacer needs to go onto the camshaft, and one of the thinner spacers onto the crankshaft. So then the 8-tooth wheel on the crankshaft, and so on. Turn this anti-clockwise, looking at the end, until the piston at the inlet end comes up to top. Then turn the crankshaft until the exhaust valve is just about to lift. So it's just starting to move. And then the 16-tooth wheel with the smooth side towards the engine slides on there, get the teeth to mesh. Okay, now so we rotate the piston engine so it's resting on its end. The next stage is to fit the idler. So axle goes in there. Hex rod, thin spacer, and 8-tooth wheel, and then the end bracket goes on with holes for these two axles. That is just held against the flat. So if we line up the axles, and then that's held in place with 3 screws. Next stage is the drive shaft. So for the drive shaft, take the hex rod, start with the bevel gear, then the longest spacer, the belt wheel, medium spacer, 8-tooth pinion, then the small spacer. Now, coming back to the piston engine, that the axle fits in that rod, but we need to slide the gears in inside, drop the rod down until the axle engages and drives everything nicely. And not forgetting the 59-tooth belt, which needs to be on here, as that goes to drive the later parts of the model. The last part is the secondary 1 RPM shaft, which is quite straightforward. Bevel gear, 16-tooth, the hex rod fits in, and that goes together with the boss on the outside, and the bracket that fits it. So this is the first bit that goes onto the model. So the first bit is straightforward. That goes on there, and should clip in. You may need to loosen the motor slightly, but it should clip in. And then this part screws on. To install the piston engine, the end of the drive axle fits into the hole here. That, and then the piston engine drops into its slots and is fastened down with the 2 screws. Now we can test all's working by powering up the model. So you can now see the sequence of the valves